the videos provide. So this is like add puzzle. So there are open-ended questions and there are multiple choice questions. So once again, it's up to you how you want to check the understanding of the video or to check if they are paying attention or whatever, actually. So now, the nice thing about NearPod is that it provides reports of student and then questions how, like, what was the percentage for matching peers and yada yada. For example, if I want to check just the matching peers, I can choose one of the activities that was like that and check how it was done. You can check not the full session, but just the student report. So you can choose the person that you want to check, and actually you can download the PDF version or Excel form. Excel form is not very nice, so choose PDF. So one second. So for example, that's how post-session report looks for one person. So you have the author of the lesson, how many slides were in the lesson, the time, the date, the student name, so how she participated, how the class participated in general, so what's the like difference between two different participations. And here, for example, are the answers, the score, and I just can check how the student works. So the report can be seen online and the report can be downloaded. Also, if you have some problems with downloading the report, you can send it basically to yourself, like as I did. Like you can send it to the same email that you were using or to another email, or you can send to another teacher or to administration to show like, hey, I did the lesson, who was present, who wasn't present, and like I have everything. And the reports are very nice. They are very colorful. There are many, many pages. And if you have printer, you can print them and check, or just use the online stuff. Now, when you get to the lesson and you have the lesson saved and you chose something or you recreated something, there are, let's say, not 3 types, but 2 types of teaching modes. Because of the pandemic, maybe that's the good thing. One of the options was actually paid. Now, during March, in March, they made it free. So that's the student-paced lesson. What is student-paced lesson? You send the code of the lesson to the students. You can give the due date, or you just can send the link, and students do the lesson by themselves. So they can go further, they can go backwards, they can stop, they can pause, they can check something. So that's up to them how long they want to take and do the lesson. So you are not in charge here. These 2 modes, live participation and live plus Zoom participation. So live plus Zoom, that's the beta version, that's the new one feature. We are not trying that yet. So live participation, what's that? You are in the control of the lesson. How you can do that, or how you can use this kind of the lesson. If you're working and at school and your students are at home, you can remember, like you can use the Zoom for audio, or you can use any other application for audio. So that can be Viber, it can be Messenger from Facebook, it can be Discord if you use it previous semester, or it can be, for example, that's more applicable for Russian speakers, that's Kontakte. You can do a mass call and there can be 126 participants actually. And you just need the audio and they will follow everything that is going on the screens of their devices. They are not in charge of the lesson. So it's up to you if you want to go to the next activity or you want to stay on one activity and discuss it or read something. So they are just looking and working with your pace. The nice thing, so they can work on any device. So that can be a laptop, it can be a computer, they just need to open the browser, or it can be a tablet or the phone, but they need to download the application. And the features are the same, nothing is worse if they're using the phones. Maybe it won't be that comfortable for them. but the same. So any device is working. So live participation. So that's the thing that you can do. Or live plus Zoom, if you're using Zoom for lessons, and Zoom will provide you with the chat box if you want, and with the audio connection. Once again, student-based, they do them by themselves. It can be a home assignment, it can be assessment, just the full lesson of a test, like I did last year. It was very interesting because they got very frustrated because there were exercises and there were like timers everywhere, and time was limited, and they were writing like, what's going on? Like, you have 45 minutes to do the test, and they don't have another option, so they have to do that. Now, how to share or how to make your students join the lesson. So students join with this code, and they can go to join.nearpod.com or just nearpod.com, and they enter this code as a student. Or if you want to try, you can just turn this option on and make this a Zoom meeting. Or once again, you can send the link or the code by email, by social media websites. You just can send the link. It can be done as an assignment in your Google Classroom, and it will create like an assignment and the link to the lesson automatically. You can put as a reminder, or you can use with Microsoft Teams. So that's the thing that you need to do, basically. Do the lesson, or create, or find the lesson that you like, or the video that you like, send the code, and wait for your student to join you. Now, we will be joining let's say the demo lesson, or let's check like how much stuff you can do by yourselves and how it can look like. Give me please 1 second. Okay, so on your screens, you see a code. If you are using your browsers, your computers or laptops, please go to nearpod.com and enter this code. If you're using your phones, please go to your Play Market and download NearPod application very quickly. Let's say, like 2 minutes, please. Go to the website or download the application if you're using the phone. You will still have Zoom connection and Zoom audio, so don't worry. So there are 2 different types how the lesson can look like, because you will be joining as a student and you will see the lesson as the student. I will be sharing the view of a teacher, okay? So maybe try to, yeah, I know. So if you entered your name, you got into VR reality, and you can use applications to check how it looks like. So we are in, where are we? So student list, and we are waiting for students to join. So we have Anna, we have Doin, and we have Anna. Okay, welcome Larissa to the lesson. No, you just get like, you can just like use the screen and move the screen. And if you're using your computers, just use the mouse and move to different directions. So that's the virtual reality option. You don't need to upload it by yourself. There is a Google search, and you choose from the library whatever you want, and you can enter like London, maybe Chisinau or Australia, space, Mars, moon, whatever. And you will have different options that you can use, and there is a preview. So you can choose, like, do you like it or not? Can you use it or not in the lesson? Okay, let's move on. So we have, as you can see, 4 students. That's what I see. You will see different things. So that's the reality. So we are instead of the reality. So at the bottom, you have to see the green people and 4. That's how many students are active at the moment. To go to another way, because the student won't be green anymore. Like, it's going to be gray, I think, if I'm mistaken. So you can see who's actually in the lesson. 2 out of 13, that's how many slides inside there, and high student names. Then you have operation activities, and you will be sharing different stuff, but you don't want to share the names. So you can see, like, there are different stuff, like 2 spaces, 2 arrows. That's for me because I'm in control of the lesson. So you just stuck on one lesson now. So we are moving to the next one. Oh, because we have problems with the connection.
Похоже, мы потеряли докладчика. Maria, are you here? Maria, are you here? Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back. Like, one thing is back. So let's try and go back. Okay. So back with the internet connection. Let's move on. So that's, now you're muted. Fantastic. Am I muted? No. So this slide is a collaboration one. Would you like to approve student comments before they are posted? So you see different thing. As a student, as a teacher, you see another thing. So would you like to approve student comments before they are posted? Yes or no, depending on what kind of class you have or what kind of responses would you like to have. But right now, let's say no. Because the question is very simple. What city was that? And you can share your thoughts. Come on. So that's very simple question. Just, yeah, London, London. As I can see, like Emma is a teacher, I can say, yeah, press. Fantastic. Come on, like we have 5 people and only 2 answering. And if you can see here, like you can share your thoughts or images, so you can actually upload an image too. So that's very nice. If you have different things that you want to talk about, like, hey, upload the photo of your cat, of the dog, of the food that you had, and you can discuss and you can talk about that. Yeah, so London. So that's how like the collaboration desk work, the collaboration works here. Now, so this you see the PDF viewer, people who are watching the teacher mode, that's how it looks like. So we are not like reading everything, but I just wanted to show you how a PDF can be incorporated. So you can move up and down, whatever you do, like the way you want to use it. So basically, maybe it can be like a small PDF, like, hey, let's read about London. And if you are connected through Zoom or any other audio platform, hey, let's read together, let's answer the questions, let's check the understanding. It can be 1 page, it can be 3 pages, 4, depending on the size, depending on the lesson that you think you want to have. Now, where you find, so now the new activity, as you can see, I have start activities, I'm in charge. Here you can see for each question you will have 30 seconds. I will show you how open-ended questions and quizzes look here. So start an activity. So 3, 2, 1, go, let's go. You have the questions and I have the board with students who joined and their answers. And at the moment you see like there was no answer given. So the question is, where will you find the famous Eros statue? You haven't read the article, so you don't know. Maybe you know, so you can share your answer. So just type something. Yeah, why not Greece, but we had the text about London. Yeah, why not? So as you can see, I can share the answer. And you will see like, hey, Marina answered Greece. Students, do you agree or not? Or the same. Yeah, so Doina, fantastic answer. Larissa Gubina, I don't know, why not? And you can answer that, yeah, let's find out. Or maybe like that was part in the first paragraph. Let's go back and read once again, because I can go back to the PDF, you can't. Next one. I'm loading, sorry. So start activity once again. Where is a good place to go shopping? You have 30 seconds. Once again, that's an open-ended question. Just type anything, just see how it works. And once again, I see that all the people are still here. No one is using any other devices. And it's the 6th slide of 13. And I'm not showing names. So no one Oxford Street. Okay, let's share. And you won't see that Larissa is sharing. Do you see that it's Larissa? No. So because I'm not showing names, but now I can show the names. It's for me, but not for you. Okay, now, I know. So next one, what can you see at the Tower of London? So this is the ABC option, that's the quiz. If you have many quizzes, you can turn them into climbing activity, like a race, as I said in the beginning. And I will see who answered correctly and who didn't answer correctly, or someone changed the answer. The nice thing that I liked during this activity with the quizzes in April, when I used NearPod for my lessons, it was making students actually work. Because like, hey, yes, I'm here. Like, no, you're not here. How do you know that? Because there is no answer. Like, what do you mean? Like, I can see if you're answering, and I can see which answer which question is correct or which question is not correct. So yeah, so Marina answered correctly. Larissa, congratulations, also answered correctly. And if you go back to the teacher screen, so 40% correct, 0 incorrect, and 60% no answer. So how many? 3 of you decided not to participate. And in the end, when I check reports, I can see who was not active. Next one. So this is the matching. So you have peers, that's how I see them: Buckingham Palace, the British Museum, Big Ben and Parliament, Westminster Abbey. So please match them and let's see if you remember how they look like. So once again, Marina, no matches yet. Alona, no matches yet. Larissa, yeah. So one match, one try, everything's correct. And I can actually, you as a teacher, actually, you can, hey, let's work a little bit faster. Be more attentive. Hey. And some people decided not to be part of the lesson because they are turned red. And that means that they are not inside of the program. So they are using something, and I can tell who. Who is not a very good student. Okay, let's move to the next one. So that's how matching works. Next one. So this slide contains video. Where would you like this video to be played? So I as a teacher, I am given the option. All devices can look at the video, or only this device. Have how are they called, these boards? Interactive boards, yeah. So if you have interactive boards, you can also do that and share with everyone. So apply, so for all devices, and all devices that are using, where is the, do you see anything? I'm not seeing one. So it was uploading, yeah. So the video is in, we are uploading. So let's say travel guide London, that's the video that's part of the lesson, and you can see different timestamps. That means like here will be given different questions. So let's hope it works with our very weak internet connection. So like just 1 minute. Hopefully. I don't know. Yeah, so the first task will be here. I'm not sure why, like, um, something is wrong with my connection, sorry. So there is a question, name the politician, for example. Yes, or like open-ended question. No, sorry, it's the quiz. So choose, is it Churchill, Lincoln, or Johnson, just to check if they're actually looking. Yeah, so that's a very easy question, and I can share the solution, or I can unshare the solution. It depends on the way I want to go on with the activity. Next one. So, and then will be a next question. So the video takes a lot of time to upload. Sorry. So this how looks the Sway, the presentation by Microsoft. So this is Big Bang. It's like a small presentation about Big Bang. It was inside of the library, so you don't need to to search it. You can just find it, and it looks very nice. So like you're given location, different stuff that you can read and discuss. You can give like one more thing to use, then the type of the regions. You can drag everything. You can drag, not me. So you can drag different stuff here. Can you? Yeah. So you can go up and down and you can look at the presentation and you can check everything that is there. And by the end, you can, hey, yeah, like think, pair, share. What else do you want to learn about this topic? What else do you want to learn about Big Bang? Why not? So you can go up and down, look at different photos, read different information. Sometimes like some of these Sway presentations are very nice. They are very nice looking actually, but not everything is applicable. So it's up to you to choose the one that works the best. So I, as a teacher, can move forward and you will have to deal with that. So now this is the link that takes you to the Purpose Games website. You can open it, you cannot open it, it doesn't matter right now. So that's how the link works when you want to make use another link to another website as part of the lesson. And so we are loading and there is a game and you can play it if you want together or by themselves, but I don't like purpose games because hello, you need to use something. Okay. So let's go back to the lesson. And once again, collaboration. No. So name one thing that you learned today. So basically collaboration can be used as an entry task or as an end of the lesson task. You can ask for the feedback or you can ask what the student learned or what they haven't learned yet or what would they like to learn. So basically like KWL chart, but a little bit like a different approach. And if there are some answers, yeah, but the question was about London, but still, like we didn't like do everything about London, but it can be applicable in any way you want. And once again, you can choose upload a photo. Try to upload a photo actually right now, if you want, if you're using the phones or from the computer something. Try to upload. See how it works from the part of the student, because I'm sharing the screen as a teacher, and you see the way students see it. Yeah, so that's the photo. And nice thing is it's not like linear. I can't change and you can't change the way it fits. So it fits one by one. So it's nice. No one will be able to move it. And you as a teacher can delete the answers if you don't like them, or if they are repeating them like themselves. So you can delete and hey, be more efficient. Try to do something else. As you can see, you can share your board afterwards. You can send it. You can send a link or just copy the link and use it. or send via email account, your Google account, your Gmail account, your Yahoo, Microsoft, or Outlook. You can send it. Yeah, smile, nice. And when you discussed everything and you talked about everything and you are ready to finish the lesson, you can do a nice thing like here. You can add a GIF or any picture that's online, because you don't need to upload from your device. You can just Google it, like, hey, thank you. So that's how from the lesson looks from the student's side. Now, if you want to have reports by the end of the session, not to get lost, you as a teacher go to the middle of the lesson, to the screen, go to reports. An assessment report of this presentation will be sent to your email. It will be automatically sent, so you don't need to check, like, do you want to see the participation of one student or not? Okay, so it will be sent there, and then you can end the session. Are you sure you want, like, just to ask once again, are you sure? Because the session will end for all the students who are logged in at the moment, and we are finishing. And let me show you very quickly how the no. So let's check how the presentation works. So I got the report. So it looks something like this, only 4 pages. So who was active, how many people actually were participating, and how many answers were correct, when everything happened, the date, the time. So for collaboration, you have the answers here. For the open-ended question, once again, you have answers. For quiz, no option instructions entered, so you have once again the options, and you can see the green and the red ones, so you see who was correct and who was not. Once again, if you were not really paying attention that a lot during the lesson. And then once again, for matching activity, you can see how many matches there were, how many tries it took a person to get to the correct answer, and how was the activity completed or not. So basically, was the student persistent to get to the end of the lesson or not? And then you have like London Vacation Travel Guide class board. So that was the board, and once again there is a board. So if you push it, you get once again the board that you can save as. Sorry. You can save as web page, and then you can use it in the future, or you just can screencast it. Maybe you want to use it in the future, or maybe you want to use this board as the starting point of the next lesson. So that's up to you. So that's like different options that I have. And like once again for the, and I will be directed, but we don't need that. Yeah, so I'm redirected to the lesson. So that's the thing that NearPod provides you with. And if I go back, you can see that you can create folders and put the lessons into different folders. And the new, so yeah, and lesson in Google Slides, it's basically the same, but it will be integrated with Google Slides, and it's not hard. Google and Gmail, they give you step-by-step explanation how to do that, so you can try and do it by yourself. So once again, the library, the reports, all that you have, NearPod library, slides, web links, simulation, it's for science and math and chemistry, works fantastic. VR that you can use from the library. In the beginning, it takes like a little bit time, but then it becomes like search for. So it's only 1 minute and they explain very nicely. And they have different like webinars, tutorials, and like maybe some kind of like a seminars to explain about new features. And nice thing, because of the pandemic, a student-based lesson is for free. Back in the day, it was only in the version that you have to pay for. The minus, like the biggest disadvantage, that's the size of the library, the size of your, like the amount of lessons that you can hold in your library. So that's the disadvantage. And tons of advantages. Any questions, maybe? Or not? The quick launch, yeah, we can go back to the same one and try to do that. Give me 1 second to go back. Yeah, why not? 1 second. So give me like so let's try live and Zoom. Why not? We are on Zoom. Let's see how it works. So create your Zoom meeting. So that's mean that I will have to go to the new Zoom meeting. Actually, this Zoom meeting can also be used once. If close it, you may need to create a new Zoom meeting for your class. So that's going to be in the beginning. So you will have to start Zoom, the new one, and then the students will be given option and they will be given the link. So at the moment, we can't do that because we have to finish this. Any questions?
Does paid membership give any other functions?
Yeah, they have more storage. You are given more library stuff, so more lessons that are given for those who pay. But the biggest advantage, that's space and the amount of lessons that you can upload and use as your own. Like basically, you can find the lesson that you like. You can change a little, like a few slides, and add an activity, and maybe just download the PDF version of the lesson as the future reference. If not, like yeah, let's forget, and like you will do a new one in the future, because the library is huge, and you can add, you can duplicate, you can create once again, you can share the lesson with another teacher. Just send the link, and the teacher will have the option to use it. But that's the storage. 100 megabytes, it's little. I had 5 lessons, and they were not, the one that I stored, they were not fully with different stuff, and it took like half of the storage. So you need to pay attention to the storage. And sorry if my question is in the, no, Wakalet, can you briefly refer to the differences and similarities between these two tools, NearPod and Wakalet? I haven't heard of these two being compared, actually. NearPod is more compared to Peerpeer something. There is a Peer something platform, and Edpuzzle or Quizlet. No, Edpuzzle. One of the websites for quizzes, they actually decided to do the same stuff as NearPod, like hey, beta version, but they launched it in August. But basically, yeah, they're trying to do the same thing that NearPod is doing. NearPod did it like 3 years ago. So a lot of stuff was paid. Now, because of the pandemic, a lot of stuff is for free, and it's very nice. Student-based option is very nice if you don't want to, if you want to send the lesson just for them. Hey, 45 minutes, do whatever you want, but by the end, you need to submit and I will check how you were doing the lesson. You don't need to be active there, and they can upload the audios. You can upload the audios. They can do the listening exercises. They can do the watching exercises. And if you don't want to save the lesson because it's not that pretty, because like there are different options with fonts and themes, just download the PDF version for future reference and delete the lesson. It takes half an hour to do one, actually half an hour, because everything is provided through Google search. And you can use it afterwards. Yeah, if you see that the space is running out, delete, don't worry. Like the lessons that are provided in the libraries, yeah, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful with fantastic themes and layouts. You don't need that, but NearPod works fantastically. Yeah, Peerdeck, yeah. So Peerdeck is more compared to NearPod.
You mentioned pupils or students can upload their voices.
Yes.
They save it and you can check it later
Yes.
or during the lesson.
I can check it later.
Okay.
They can delete if they don't like the answer. They can record themselves once again, and when they submitted the lesson, you will have everything.
Okay. After they complete the lesson, they send it, and only
Yeah.
then you can check it.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you.
Because like that's gonna be a little bit different for you, like to be with them online using audio connection than listening to another audio stuff. Because when you are sharing in live participation mode, when you are sharing your screen or like you're in charge, you can share the audio and the video, and they will be listening and watching the same thing as you are listening and watching too. So it's a little bit like different, like not very like maybe unusual for me with the Zoom right now, because I was in charge of the full screen and I could listen to everything because we were using different platform. Like I didn't like, it wasn't necessary for me to see them, it was necessary for me to listen to them, and they didn't like mute themselves on the time, so there were no problems. So like if you don't want to use Zoom, Viber calls up to 20 people in one call. That's Kontakte for Russian speakers, 126 people in one call, and it works fantastically. Messenger and an application for gamers, that's Discord. Discord works fantastically. The audio is very clear and you have many options. You can mute also students there if you want.
It is more about asynchronous lessons.
Yeah, it's more about doing something together, but student-based, the same. Send them the link and they will have an interactive lesson, not just assignments on Google Classroom. Hey, follow this link and do that. Follow this link and do that. No, everything will be here. You can just create one lesson with 5 slides, just 5 slides, but they will have a reading activity, they will have a vocabulary activity like matching, they will have a quiz, they will have like open-ended question, they can watch the video and they can answer some questions in the video. And like they will spend 30 minutes doing the exercises that you gave. It's not many slides. It's very easy to create the slides. Just have an idea in your head what you want to use in the lesson. It wasn't like this like demo lesson. It wasn't like, hey, today we will talk about London. No, it was just more to show what kind of stuff can be used to talk about the topic and how can you use that.
But since students don't have to register, they just introduce their name. In case they put, for example, Jack the Sparrow or
yeah, so that's the when the time-based lesson, when the student-based lesson, like, hey, please be so nice and enter your real name, because if there is no name, that means you are not present during the lesson. For example, when it's teacher-based lesson, live participation, you actually can correct them, like, hey, please, like they can log out and they use code once again to go back and enter the normal name, like, please do that. So that's the name. The problem with the names. The problem with the names is through different platforms. It's just like, hey, please be so nice and use the real name. I saw that like there, where can you find your demo presentation in the NearPod library? If so, what would the type of search in browser? You will, I think you will have to use, you can't do it not right now because I'm not sharing it. There is an option for the teacher to make your lesson public and they can find it. If you don't want to make it public, it's up to your library. I can make it public, so you will just have to meta demo lesson. That's going to be the name.
You can then just the link. Can you throw the link into
Yes.
the group?
Yes, I will.
Yes.
I will send the link when I open the lesson. It's not opened because you, as the teacher in the library, you have different stuff. You can duplicate the same lesson. If you want to change something, you can delete the lesson. You can share the lesson with another. You can open it and make it public. And this option, actually, I was not aware of in March. And it was kind of strange for me why there were so many sessions of one lesson, because other teachers use it. And I had no idea who the students were, because like another teacher used the same lesson. But you see that different like sessions happened, how many students were there. Anything else? And also, like, I will send 2 nice tutorials on one guy. He has a YouTube channel, so he talks very precisely on the topic. So you can watch him too. Yeah, some. To the point. Yeah, to the point, without water, and maybe like you can check it out and see if you have anything like some other stuff that he can explain. But he has a paid version. So he has more options in the library and in the search, and he is an American teacher. So yeah, I can use this lesson, I can use this lesson. And I'm sitting like, no, I don't need to teach my students about water cycle or whatever. But those lessons are fantastic, they're brilliant.
Okay.
That's all.
Mute yourself. Okay, thank you very much, Maria. This was, I think, very interesting, was it? I hope to hear somebody here saying something. Okay, so the thing I like about NearPod most, and I like very much, the thing that you can follow the students' like progress during the activity. So they actually are to be active and are to participate. So a thing that we are usually confronting now, especially when we go to online or offline and so on, one day this way, the other day the other way, and so on. It's very important to have this record. Okay, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask them now. Just unmute yourselves and tell us what is your question. If you manage to see in the chat box, there is the link for the feedback. So according to the feedback and the previous registration form, you will receive the certificates. If there are no other questions, I will just say goodbye and hope to see you soon. So please remember, the next week we have the forum, which is mostly going to take place online. Of course, if you want to come and see us, then you can certainly do. Just keep track of the events on our Facebook page, on our website. And if you are not tired yet of emails, because I know that you receive like thousands of emails every day, you can check the emails too, because I'm sure that you receive. Okay, a question from me, if you don't have any. Who doesn't receive emails from us? And it's silent. Nobody says. Okay, I hope that this means that everybody receives the email from us. Okay. Larissa wanted to say something, yes?
No. I'd like to say that I have received everything.
Okay. That's very nice, because sometimes we, like today, we were blamed by a lady on the phone that, why are you asking us to follow the Facebook page? You never post anything on your Facebook page. And now I'm wondering if we have only one page and not many other pages. Okay, so thank you again. for joining us, for